reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and pointed out that the country remains the only one to have lost mariners in attacks on merchant shipping in the Gulf. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, who represented India during a meeting convened by the UK, emphasized the importance of freedom of navigation and unimpeded transit through international waters. Misri reiterated India's position on safeguarding maritime routes, again emphasizing the importance of freedom of navigation and unimpeded transit through international waterways at the UK-convened discussions. He highlighted the impact of the US-Iran war on India's energy security and the fact that India remains the only country to have lost mariners in attacks on merchant shipping in the Gulf. Misri also said that the way out of the crisis consisted of de-escalation and a return to the path of diplomacy and dialogue among all concerned parties. Dr. Amin, your comments.
You are asking me?
Yes, Dr. Amin.
What was the point?
Dr. Amin, we are of course talking about the fact that...
Please little loud, little bit loud.
Dr. Amin, am I audible to you now?
Yeah, little bit loud.
Yes, Dr. Amin, we're of course talking about the fact that we're talking about the importance of the Strait of Hormuz, and the Foreign Secretary, Mr. Vikram Misri, who represented India during a meeting convened by the UK, has emphasized the importance of freedom of navigation and unimpeded transit through international waterways. He's also spoken about diplomacy and dialogue. What would you like to say?
No doubt they can make a meeting, they make a point, but I'm sure that the Iranian parliament has already passed their orders. This is the control by the Iranians, and they are also going to raise the tax also for any ferry of the shipment from that area. So that's why they want their own complete control on the Hormuz system, and that's why they have stopped and blocked this area for the other countries. They are the enemies countries of the Iranians. Only friendly countries can go on, movement is allowed on that area. So that's why this very difficult time for Iranian also, and the UK may have their conferences and meetings and everything, but I'm not sure that anything can come out. Actually, this is highly damaged by the US to the Iranian. Iranians are destroyed, I think, mostly. The 1/4 area is already destroyed. Their civilian area is also attacked by them. Their power stations also attacked by them. And the other things also were destroyed by the Americans. So Americans have destroyed heavily bombarding on the B-2B bombers on their area. So that's why we can say 1/4 is already destroyed Iran from the US side. So that's why US has already made a damage, and Israel also. So that's it. They agree, they cannot agree. This is the important point in front of when the meetings is going on or the over. You can see what is come out from that meetings. I know so many times I have also attended so many meetings, but meeting can go on, but the result is awaited after the meeting. What they can get the result from the meetings, if they agreed or not, this is depends on the Iran only.
All right. I also have Major General Sudhakarji joining me. He's a defense expert. Major General Sudhakarji, welcome. And I'd like your comments on the fact that amid the ongoing Iran-US war, India has sought the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and pointed out that the country remains the only one to have lost mariners in attacks on merchant shipping in the Gulf. What would you like to say?
Yeah, good morning, Vaishali. There is nothing much to comment on that. It's a statement of fact. What is there to say? But the fact remains that it is to be understood. If you draw parallel with Suez Canal crisis of 1956 and the status of United Nations at that point in time with now, and the European nations, their interpersonal relationship, and the way USA is behaving, Well, taking Strait of Hormuz back from Iran is next to impossibility. It cannot be militarily, it cannot be captured. I don't see as a military man, unless Donald Trump is prepared to take coffins and body bags, because people don't know, they haven't understood what is the Strait of Hormuz. And so that island alone, the Kamesh Island, itself is around 135 kilometers. There are reports suggesting that there is a city under the island. It's a tourist hub of Iran. So planning to take it back by military means is it's an impossible task. I don't know who has given this thought to Donald Trump. He may be planning to induct the mariners. There are 3,500 or 4,000. He's got an airborne division, maybe planning to drop them, but merely dropping them doesn't actually enable a full 100% capture and control of the strait, because it has to be further linked up. And link up means with the kind of inventory which coming to light held by Iran, they will become a very easy prey and target. Any capture of objective militarily will be subjected to a thing called as counter bombardment. The counter bombardment is not for 1 minute or 1 hour, it carries on. So, will the troops who land there, whether it is Strait of Hormuz or at the Kharg Island, will they be tenable? Can they sustain themselves? So, these are the issues which are coming up, and I think India, as of now, there are almost 10, 11, or 15 countries who are in direct dialogue with Iran. And by silent method and process of diplomacy and dialogue, India has managed to get its vessels across Strait of Hormuz. I really don't know. I don't have facts and figures whether the toll is being paid or not, because otherwise, going by the pricing which is come out in the open source, they are charging $1 per barrel, and a vessel generally carries almost about close to 2 million barrels. If it is 2 million barrels, that means every ship which is passing through has to pay a toll of $2 million. So that dollar is not in dollar, it is to be in equivalent of yuan, it is to be paid in yuan currency. Also, there is another condition, I don't know whether it has been discussed in your platform or not. They are allowing those vessels which are purchasing oil in yuan currency, that is Chinese currency. Whether it is being done by one and all, I really don't know, because these are very direct and blatant threat of de-dollarization. Donald Trump, I don't know what his aim and objective is. He's instead of taking steps to prevent escalation of de-dollarization, he is actually speeding up de-dollarization. Dollar as of now, I think, if I respect my memory, stabilized at around 58%, down from 86% once upon a time at the peak period. It was down to 54% during pandemic. So if it is going down, I am given to understand it is sliding down. If it is going down further, then it will be a kind of a very incremental and unceremonious burial obituary for the petrodollar dominance in the world. Back to you, Vaishali.